Hey guys, I am back with another tutorial, and this is going to be my very first hair tutorial that I've ever done, and it's going to be how I curl my hair with a flat iron. Now, I don't very often curl my hair with a curling iron just because my flat iron is there. It's easier than heating up a curling iron. For me, it's faster, and it's just, I like the way it looks a little bit better because it doesn't look quite as defined as a curling iron. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see. I'm going to stand up maybe. It's kind of hard for you to see the curls because my hair is so dark, and then I've kind of got like dark colors on my shirt. But maybe if I kind of poof it out a little bit, it's just very, I've got sweatpants on, I know. Gross, whatever. But it's very like natural and not very tight. And I want to kind of show you guys what I'm using throughout the video. I tell you anyway, but I just want to tell you anyway right now. This is a paddle brush. I use that, and then I also use the TRESemmé Heat Tamer Spray. I use the Bedhead After Party Smoothing Serum, and then I also use my TRESemmé Ultra Fine Mist Hairspray. So yeah, if you guys want to know how to get this look with, you know, the curls that aren't super defined, but also aren't completely wavy, then go ahead and check my video out. Also, a little tip that I want to tell you guys is if you do want your hair wavy, curl your hair like this, like a few hours before you want it wavy, and then just kind of brush it out with your brush, and the curls are going to kind of fall out, and they're going to kind of become more wavy than curly. So that's kind of like a little quick tip. Also, if I did want to get this look with a curling iron, I would use either I would probably use a 1-inch curling iron to get this look, which is what I have. I have a 1-inch curling iron, and I also have a 3/4 of an inch curling iron. But I would probably use a 1-inch to get these curls. But just keep in mind that if you don't use a straightener, you're not going to have curls just like this. Your curls are going to look completely different. So, and also the straightener that I'm using is just one I got from Walmart that I really like. It's an Andes multi-heat ceramic, and it does have a heat setting. It goes up to 20. You can have it on either 1, 5, 10, 15, or 20. And I always just put it on 20. I'm not sure exactly how high that is, but that's what I always put it on. And then you turn it on, and both of the little lights come on, and then when the green one goes off, you know that it's ready to curl or straighten or whatever. So, and then it also has kind of like these rounded edges. Sorry, I've got paint on it right there. It's got like these rounded edges so that your curls are easier to kind of manipulate with the straightener. So I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys, and if you want to learn how to do these curls, then go ahead and keep watching. Bye guys. Hey guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have brushed through your hair. Now, I recommend that if you have long hair or extensions or something like that, you want to use a paddle brush, and pretty much all you're going to do is just brush through your hair and make sure you don't have any knots. I also like to brush your hair back like this and kind of let your natural part fall, which obviously mine is in the center, but I just find that your curls kind of look a little bit better if you work with your natural part, especially if you haven't blowed it dry. And then the next thing you want to do is just kind of apply a heat tamer. I'm going to be using the TRESemmé Heat Tamer, which is really great. You can use it when you blow dry, when you straighten curl. Just apply that all over your hair. You know, not too much. I already applied a little bit, so I didn't put hardly any. But just brush back through it. Make sure that that stuff is distributed everywhere. And then the next thing you want to do is separate your hair. Now, I find that if I go down kind of the center and separate this hair off, and then separate this hair, it works best for me because I can get all of my hair that way. And then I'm just going to go ahead and separate the parts that I've just separated, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to take this part right here and pin it back. Like so. And then you just kind of want to save that for later. And then you've got pretty much this hair to work with. And then just keep brushing through to make sure that you don't have any tangles. And I'm just going to start off with this very back piece. And it's pretty thin, you know, not too big. And then I like to curl everything away from my face, you know, away from. But you don't want every curl to be away from, because if you have every curl away from, it's going to look really defined. But as you can tell, that curl is pretty bouncy, pretty, you know, curly. And then I just throw that to the back. Now with the next curl, I'm going to kind of demonstrate exactly how I do it. You just take your section of hair, depending on how tight you want the curls or how big or how not tight you want the curls, depends on the section that you want. I want my curls to be still curly but kind of wavy at the same time. So I just take a pretty decent sized section. I take my straightener. Like I said, I go back, not toward, or I go away from. So I'm going to kind of go like this, and you just want to flip it like that. And then I like to hold my hair and just drag it down. The slower you go, the tighter the curl is going to be. The faster you go, the looser it's going to be. You just want to make sure you get the very end of that hair. And then there you go, you have your curl. So I'm going to show you one more time with this curl. Like I said, away from the face. And then just kind of drag it. Now if that curl, if you get a curl that you don't like the way it is, of course, redo it. The only thing I recommend is you let it cool first and then redo it. So I am going to go ahead and let down my next section because I like to do a whole section before I move on. So I'm going to just let this section down and kind of separate it into 2 more sections. And go ahead and pin this section back, which is pretty much just the top layer of my hair. And then I'm just going to work with the section that we just pulled down. So you want to get it all gathered in your hands and kind of brush it out to make sure you don't have any tangles and kind of keep it not frizzy. So then I'm just going to go in with a little section here, staying with kind of the pattern of away from the face, and just drag it down. You want to try not to stop, because if you do stop while curling, you may get that, you may get a mark from your straightener. It's kind of, you're more likely to get a mark from your straightener anyway, because you're using a straightener instead of a curling iron. So just continue to do this all over your rest of your head. Okay, so then once you have that section done, you're going to go ahead and bring your last section down, which is hardly any hair. Brush it just like we've done all the rest of the section, and curl it. I like to kind of do a couple swipes starting at the root all the way down just to kind of smooth out any frizzies that might be there. And there's our little curl. Uh-oh, I lost my hair. There we go. And then you want to be sure that when you get to the bang area, or like your top layer area like I'm at right now, you just want to make sure that you kind of blend it in with the rest of your hair, which is what I like to do. So there you have your section, and then I just kind of like to leave it and move on to my other section, and then when my other section's done, I'll kind of mess it up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my other section over here the exact same way I did this one, separate it into 3, curl away from my face, and I will be right back to show you how I style it. Okay guys, so once you have pretty much your hair all curled, you want to go around and see if there's any pieces that need to be touched up. Like, I don't know, I don't really see any that are bothering me right now, but maybe when I'm done, fingering through my hair, I might find some. So all you want to do is you kind of want to shake it out. I wouldn't recommend brushing it or combing it with like a brush or a comb, because a brush, number one, is going to create a little bit of static and maybe even some frizz, and a comb is going to make your curls fall out, which is not what you want. So my hair is dark, so it's kind of hard to see like each curl and each texture, but you kind of get the idea, hopefully. And then just kind of brush through with your fingers, and then I like to go in with an anti-frizz serum or a shine serum or something just to smooth out all those little frizzies you see. And I'm going to go in with Bed Head After Party Smoothing Cream for silky, shiny, healthy looking hair. And I'm going to go in with about that much and kind of mix it up in my fingers just to where it's not one big clump like that. And I'm going to go in all over my hair and smooth it, concentrating it kind of at the top. And this won't, I mean, if you use a huge amount, it will make your hair look greasy, but it's actually made to smooth down frizziness. So it's not going to make your hair look greasy. It's just going to give it a little bit of a shine. Now, I wouldn't recommend going like that because it's going to flatten your hair. But see how I'm just kind of running it through like that? And then I like to bring all of my hair forward. Make sure it's all styled the way you want, nice and bouncy, pretty looking waves, like what I got going on. And once you have it pretty much the way you want it, you're going to go in with a hairspray. I like the Tresemme Ultra Fine Mist because it doesn't make my hair crunchy. And then you're just going to kind of want to spray all over. But don't use too much of it. And then manipulate it. There's birds outside going crazy. Manipulate your hair to get it to lay the way you want it to. Okay, so then you end up with this pretty wavy curls, but yet they're still pretty tight, you know, enough to where they're not going to fall out throughout your day. At least my hair holds curl really well though. So, you know, I could have this in my hair for hours and hours and hours and it's not going to fall out. So actually, I've slept on my hair before, woke up the next day and actually wore the curls because my hair just holds curls for some reason. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful for some of you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.